The only thing keeping me from crawling into my sweater drawer and hibernating for the next 4 years is that sometimes the stupidity is so hilarious that I can't pass up a moment of joy. You just need to laugh. You know what? I take back what I said last week. It's fine if they cancel all the TV. No one can write anything as funny as what actually happens to Eric Adams. It's true. I have some real choice words for the sheer incompetence of the current Democratic mayor of New York City and also the current independent candidate for mayor of New York City, who happens to be the same person, Eric Adams. Look, even if you don't live in one of the 5 boroughs, news of his mayorship has probably spread to your corner of the earth. He's been charged for bribery and wire fraud, has lied about where he lives, and that he's a vegan. And it feels like every other day, one of his advisors says they're home raided or are themselves indicted. Okay. So you're asking yourself, hey, Sam, everyone in government has been indicted these days. It's downright presidential. What's so funny about this that's keeping you from burrowing into your sweaters? Well, I will tell you. All right, because the other day, one of Eric Adams' key advisors handed a bag of potato chips stuffed with cash to a reporter. My God. The reporter, of course, turned down the bribe in part due to her strong journalistic standards and moral compass, and also because the chips were sour cream and onion. Can no one do anything right? Obviously, if we're bribing with cash-stuffed potato chip bags, you have to use barbecue. Barbecue chips, my death row food. Fill me up with barbecue chips and let me explode like a tick. This is Choice Words. I'm Samantha Bee. My guest this week is the legendary former advice columnist E. Jean Carroll. And her new book, Not My Type, One Woman versus the President, is an absolutely captivating read and thorough explainer of her case against President Donald Trump. She's so funny, and it was a delight to finally meet her. I can't believe we never met before. And if you want more, funny women in your life, my live show, How to Survive Menopause, which is back on the road this fall. Tickets are available. West Hampton, September 6th. Red Bank, New Jersey, September 12th. Ridgefield, Connecticut, September 21st. Detroit, September 24th. More great places you can find and get tickets for on SamanthaB.com. So take a listen and make good choices. It is my distinct pleasure to be speaking with you today. Thank you so much for saying yes to this. My goodness. And I just finished reading your new book. So
thank you.
Filled with piss and vinegar.
Thank you.
I got to tell you, it is an invigorating book. I feel a little bit like my blood is kind of boiling, but
really?
I'm a little bit effervescent.
What
a pleasure to meet you. I can't believe we've never met before.
No, but I have been your long time aficionado, really, since the early days.
Listen, I've been with you since even earlier days because I read your column.
Oh, boy.
I internalized it. I mean, you're just an important, kind of like a towering figure in past, present, future,
If you read the column, then you followed the advice, you turned out to have a triumphant career. You got fired, always good. Always good. Yeah. Toppled over the rules, walked over the biggest people, pierced everybody's hot air balloon. That's it. And yet, rose again.
And
now, podcasts, tours.
You can't keep us down, Eugene. No. You cannot keep us down.
I'm taking credit for you. You know that. If you read the column.
No. You should.
You were a teenager when you read it. So I take credit for your menopause tour.
I'm giving it to you. I'm giving you the credit. Yeah. No.
Thank you.
I got to tell you, I wrote down little excerpts from the book for myself, actually, as well, because obviously it's the subject matter is incredibly heavy, but your writing is truly, it is like a sparkling glass of Perrier. It is.
Thank you.
It's like it reverberates. It is such a living organism, and it's also it's very funny.
Thank you.
I can't believe that you referenced the appearance of Donald Trump's legal team as Uriah Heep. And I got to tell you, I had to write that down for myself. So I'm like,
thank you.
That's very special.
The entire team of them, each one more Uriah Heepy than the last.
Testosteronic.
The table.
The whole table.
Okay. I'm wondering this era we're living through.
Yeah.
If we could just kill the testosterone, just bring it down by about 50%. What do you think?
Oh boy, I feel the whole world is awash in it.
I do too. I do too.
I thought that I was the testosterone soaked as I grew up, as I came into this world, entering the world of comedy, entering the world of political comedy. You think, just when you think you've seen just kind of like when you've been testosterone maxing all your life, and now here we are, and people are tanning their taints and calling it medical science.
Jesus.
And you just go, I don't.
Let me ask you this, Samantha.
Yes.
Seeing as how your big tour.
Sure.
Which the perfect tour.
Thank you.
The menopause tour. It's unbelievable.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. You're going on tour and talking about losing the very essence of your life, your estrogen, and yet men never lose an ounce. They're just their scrotums are hanging to their knees, filled with it.
Their knees. Well, they do. I mean, they definitely have a reduction. They do, but they don't talk about it. It's like it's the same kind of mechanism that causes frozen shoulder in women, causes frozen shoulder in men in large amounts. So many of them get their shoulders freeze too, but they just never tell anybody about it.
Okay.
They don't tell anyone because they're like, I think it's like for middle-aged women. So I'm not gonna.
Wow.
So I think that they just grit through it or something, or they just constantly have sore shoulders. We're not so far apart. I don't know. It's just the way we attack these things. It's the way we talk. It's the space we give each other. I don't know. Listen, all I know is I'm working hard to create an atmosphere in which my young man, the other day was like, can you please stop saying the word menopause around me? He's like, I understand. I get it.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
I don't always want to be talking about it with you.
I'm sure he doesn't.
I'm like, that's fine. Like, you
know that you raised a kid that could say that to his mother is amazing.
Okay, I want to talk about your book. You wrote this book in secret. You edited it over Signal, which is an encrypted texting app. This is wild. Can you tell me about why did you decide to do that? Or why did you feel that you had to do it? Or did you feel like, just as an extra layer of protection, I'm going to do it this way?
Have you met the people that are running this country now?
Well,
I mean,
as you mentioned it,
you have met them, and you try to topple some of them. The thing is, it's best when you have something go on, a nugget inside, a gold nugget inside, and you know it's so juicy, and you know you got the straight stuff, and you know you've got court transcripts, which are so hilarious, Samantha. They're so hilarious. You've read them.
I did.
Hundreds of pages of high comedy. Yes. I had deposition transcripts. I have stacks of legal pads this high of notes that I was making when they were preparing me. I was full of it. Yes. The last thing I ever wanted to do was tell anybody what I was doing. I didn't want any of it, to drain off. I wanted to keep all that power, because when you have a secret, you got something powerful.
That makes so much sense to me, because it is like a precious gem.
Yep.
I mean, did you work with anybody on it to shape, or were you just like, I'm doing it. This is my thing, and I'm going to release it as this precious thing and people can do with it what they will. Like, what was your approach?
Were you drinking at lunch?
I should have been. No, I was reading your book. So I was drinking it in.
Of course, there was another pair of very powerful eyes on it. My Elizabeth Dissingard.
Okay.
Executive editor at St. Martin's.
Okay.
I had this precious secret, as you know.
Yeah.
I am writing the truth. He is rewriting history. So I know that I'm writing. So I turn into Elizabeth.
Okay.
The first 50 pages.
Yeah.
The next day, she texts me and she said, let's chat.
Oh, okay. Oh, God. Oh, God.
And I'm all excited because I think it's the greatest thing ever.
Sure.
She says, Jean, you are not a lawyer. What are you doing?
Right.
I tried to talk about the case. I tried to be like a lawyer and explain.
Okay.
Well, no. So just out went the first 50 pages. I started again and boom, Samantha, it was one of the most joyful, you would think, because I'm talking about a tragic, horrible event committed by a horrible man. Yeah. I felt oddly relieved. It was a great 6 months of my life writing that thing. Great 6 months.
I feel that from the book. I really, really feel that.
Thank you.
And I think that your approach was really clever. Right at the beginning, you're like, there's no introduction to this book.
No.
We're just going to go into it exactly as it was happening to me.
Exactly.
So I think it really perfectly communicates that feeling of just discombobulation.
Totally.
Of seeing it. It's like it's happening in real time.
Yeah, because it's so absurd.
It's absurd.
Trials and lawyers and judges and, defense and criminality. It's just so insanely absurd. You can't just answer a question in court.
Right.
You have to answer in a certain way, using certain, you have to keep everything very, very, very short. Yes. Now, if you were on the stand, can you imagine the hilarious stories you could tell to entertain the jury? They would love you. Well, no, you're not allowed to do that.
It was a really good read, that section because you have to be trained. Like it's a specific way of communicating the story.
Yeah. Only facts. Only facts. What do you do with only facts? I was facts. Like, what? I like to dramatize facts. Right?
Yes. You're a storyteller. You're a personality.
Oh, it nearly killed me.
It must have almost killed you. Yeah.
Oh, horrible. But, they kept saying, you don't want to waste the jury's time, You don't want to waste the jury's time. They don't care about you at your high school prom. Yeah. They don't care.
They don't want your entertainments. They want to go home to their lives once this is over. And there's a whole section in the book where you're talking about just even simply answering the question, where did you grow up?
Yeah.
Oh my God. And all you wanted to say was like, Indiana in the sticks. I don't want to talk about it. And they're like, just say where.
It was over and over and over just to get that right.
Yes.
We finally decided rural Indiana.
Rural Indiana. But it's a process to get there, to beat it out of you.
Oh, and they're not allowed to say a word to me. I have to come up with everything. The coaching, they don't coach. They just say no. Yeah. It worked because they only heard the facts. Yeah. However, you talked about entertainment. Mm-hmm. They were enthralled.
Yes.
With Donald Trump when he was in court.
Right.
Oh my God. Talk about a showman. Holy crap.
Yes.
Watching him when they were having jury selection, swiveling in his chair, smiling and twinkling and shaking his head. He was like, as I said in the book, Pamela Harriman at a cocktail party.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. When it comes to hiring, Indeed is all you need. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. Indeed's sponsored jobs help you stand out and hire fast. With sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates so you can reach the people you want faster. And it makes a huge difference. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed sponsored jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, no long-term contracts, and you only pay for results. Look, when I was looking to hire someone, it was so slow. It was a really overwhelming experience. I wish that I had been able to use Indeed. How fast is Indeed? Well, in the minute I've been talking to you, 23 hires were made on Indeed, according to Indeed data worldwide. There's no need to wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/SamB. Just go to Indeed.com/SamB right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/SamB. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
Do you feel in some way that because people they pay attention to a story and then they stop paying attention to a story, and then they come to their own conclusion about a story, and then they have a foggy kind of memory or a foggy understanding of the story. And is this book an effort to just slug it all down, write the transcripts down, and your own testimony about what happened to you at Bergdorf's, have it all written down so people can just reference it and go, got it.
You nailed it. That's exactly right.
Well, I'm glad that you did. I am very glad that you did, because I do think that people, they've gone off.
No, really, Samantha, particularly these days where everybody is bending their knee. Whole entire universities, they don't need to bend the knee. What the hell are they doing?
Yeah.
Law firms. Why are they doing this? They're going down with it before the, cities, just welcome. It's horrible. It's horrible. So I'm glad we have this one little incident in New York where, just say no to him and stand up to him.
Yes.
You can beat him. I mean, if an 80-year-old woman, can go in and, anybody can do it. So it's just
it's a really clear-cut example of what is possible. It is you standing up and saying, no, this was really the impetus for your case in the beginning. Can you tell our listeners how you came to, because you met George Conway at a party. Can you kind of talk about how you launched this lawsuit and why? Yeah. Because I think it's
this is your whole thing about choices.
Yes,
your whole podcast. This is
This is the big choice.
And we're about to introduce one of the great legal minds of her generation, Robbie Kaplan.
Yeah.
So I ran into George Conway, Molly John Fast, who now has an excellent book out about her mother.
She does, yeah.
George was the first one who took me aside and said, in law, there's two such things as a civil case and a criminal case. I didn't even know that.
Okay.
And he explained to me why I had a civil case. And he explained that the president, for 3 days running, calling me a liar, when I knew that it had happened, George said, I may have a good case for defamation. This was the first time anybody had ever said this to me.
Right.
And then he said the magic words. And I may be able to think of someone to help you.
Right.
Next morning, introductory email.
Yeah.
And I see it's Robbie Kaplan, the woman who was at that moment trouncing the Nazis in Charlottesville.
Right.
And who had opened up the road to gay rights in the country with Windsor.
She's a powerhouse, just a powerhouse.
Oh my God.
Just a brilliant mind.
Brain.
Yeah.
So when you say choices, how did you make this choice? I made no choice.
Mm-hmm.
I went up at the time, her office was on the 75th floor, I think, at the Empire State Building. I walked in. She was at a long table. She's tiny, a little blonde blur of absolute ecstatic energy, came around the table, talking at a mile a minute, stuck out her head and said, "Hi, I'm Robbie Kaplan." At that, when our hands met, the decision was made.
Right.
That was it. That was it. So, and then, you know what? During that meeting, Joshua Matz, her partner at the time, laid out the entire case, including his appeals to the Supreme Court. They saw it all. They saw every single appeal. They saw that we would win. We saw that he would. So they were preparing a case for the Supreme Court. And of course, that's where we're headed now.
So what is the status of your case now? He hasn't paid. You have not received damages, or have you? Or can you even talk about what the status is?
No, of course. Yeah. Yeah. You and I got to talk about the money.
Oh, right.
They split it into two trials.
Yes.
The first trial was about the sexual abuse and the defamation.
Yes.
And he was found liable for $5 million by a federal jury, unanimous. Upstate jury, not a Manhattan jury, upstate.
Upstate. He was found liable for sexual abuse.
Yes.
And you were awarded
$5 million.
Defamation.
Yes.
You were awarded damages.
Yes.
And then
he's appealed that and appealed that. And he's exhausted now, all of his appeals, because Robbie has just trounced him and torn him to shreds in the appeals court.
Well, actually, you state this very openly, that you launched this whole, you christened this ship because you were just trying to clear your name, just trying to get your name back, set the record straight.
No, my career was just wiped out. It was,
wiped out.
I was an advice columnist.
Yeah.
And nobody in the world is going to write to somebody for advice who's a big, fat, horrible liar and who's being paid, by the Democratic Party, and who is, stupid, dangerous woman. So Elle fired me like you were fired for saying that one sentence, which, by the way, now rings like mother's milk, doesn't it? In the light of what they're taking babies away from their mothers now.
We are in such a state. We are in such a state that I think it was important for me to read about your battle and your success, even though that success came at tremendous personal cost, obviously. It is important to read and remember that a single person can stand up to powerful people.
Yeah. It's hard now.
That's very hard. It's very, very hard.
You see this paperclip I'm wearing?
Yes, I do.
There's a little mutiny going on in the country. There's a little, I don't know what you call it, a uprising, what's the word? Rebellion. People who don't like the current president and what he's doing to the country are wearing these paperclips. So
paperclips?
Paperclips, so we can recognize each other, so we can feel, they hold things together, paperclips. They're a sign of connection, and it's a very subtle, quiet thing.
Right.
You think that you want to recognize your fellow people? It's cool.
Paperclip. I love it.
Yeah.
You talked extensively, and I loved it because I love the Real. And this is not a commercial for the Real. We are not receiving any benefit from the Real, but we love the Real.
Samantha.
Oh, God. I drank it in. So what I'm referencing for people who have not yet read the book, but they shall be reading the book, is that you really had to carefully curate your physical appearance.
Oh, God, yes.
For these trial dates. And you are a stylish woman. And you put tremendous effort into curating the right capsule collection.
Yeah, no, really.
For the initial round of trial dates.
Yeah.
And then a stylist came in and was like, "What about Zara?"
Yeah. No, that was good. I know. There you go. Anytime it's a sexual assault
Right.
trial, the woman's body is the center of it.
Yes.
And she is believed if she's fuckable.
Right.
Then the jury can't believe her. If she's
Right.
not fuckable,
Right.
the jury will not be convinced. That's what we were up against.
Right.
And of course, men believe other powerful men.
Right.
And women believe powerful men. We had an impossible job.
So the title of the book is Not My Type. And so really, in a lot of ways, you had to present yourself in trial as someone who would have been his type. Someone who...
That's exactly right.
Right? Like someone who
Yes.
people could, even though many years have passed, but someone who you had to kind of recreate the same hairstyle from the time from the late 90s, so that people could see what you were talking about.
Yeah. And we found this out at a mock jury, because before we had the mock jury, Robbie was saying to me, forget about it, Eugene. We'll just show them pictures of you in 1996. Right. No, the mock jury didn't buy it for a minute.
They didn't buy it.
They saw a withered, desiccated old crown. That was it. That was, so I found the exact woman who did my hair in 1996 and the exact, she did my makeup. We copied it. This is a wig.
Wow, that's good.
I didn't wear a wig during the trial, but now I don't know how to do it. But this is the haircut we did.
Yeah.
This is $8.88 on Temu.
What? Temu's a very good source for wigs. I have heard that.
This is Trixie.
Very nice.
So this is the hairstyle we did. And then I had the clothes on the cover of the book. Look at this. This is from Bergdorf's 1993, this jacket.
Wow. Amazing.
So
amazing.
I know. We copied the clothes, and that's what it took.
Right.
To win.
That's
not that women don't do this every day of their lives anyway. I mean, this is what we all, right, Samantha?
Yeah, of course we do. Listen, we think, I mean, I could go, I feel like I basically wore bridal makeup every day that I was ever on television. You know, it's like a whole.
Yeah. Bridal makeup.
Bridal makeup. You sit there, they go, oh, you're going to be on, the trial starts, the day in the courtroom starts at 8:30. So you're up at 5 having some toast. Having some toast and peanut butter. Yeah. And then you're in the makeup chair at 6:30. That's exactly it. And then they're painting someone else's face.
Yes.
On top of your face.
Yeah.
I always tell people without makeup, I just look like a sheet of white paper, blank white paper. And then someone paints a face on me. And then I'm like, oh, okay, now I'm myself for camera.
But Samantha, it wasn't so bad in this trial because Trump was doing the same thing.
Yes.
The makeup, the apricot makeup. And
apricot. It is. It's apricot, of course.
Yeah, and it's very thick. It's very thick. And the hair, the spray, and the poofing, and the schmoozing, and the, as I say in the book, Barbara Stanwyck in Ball of Fire, that's the exact hairstyle he's doing. The swirl in front.
Right, the swirl.
Exactly. So so I didn't feel so bad because he's heavily made up. I'm not as heavily made up as he is.
You know what? You're more blended than he is.
I am more blended.
A lot more blending. Careful blending.
Do you do your makeup now yourself?
I can do it. I don't tend to do it for recordings. I do a little bit just to sort of fill in the blanks on a white piece of paper. Are
you Norwegian? Are you Norwegian?
Norwegian.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a little bit of Norwegian in my family background.
I can see it. Okay.
Oh.
All right.
No one's ever said that to me before.
Why? Why not? You look like, I think maybe it's the hair today.
It's probably the hair.
No, the hair and okay.
So tell me about the decision to go to court again, because you made it literally overnight. You win the case, and by the next morning, you're like, I guess we're doing this again. Can you talk about the sequence of events?
Yeah, we had that wonderful, extraordinary win.
Yeah.
When the jury came in and said that he was liable, across New York, it was an off-Broadway show in rehearsal, and it was at a very tense moment. And one of the production assistants came running out on stage and said, Carroll won! Carroll won! Everybody burst into applause, and the house lights went on and on. Oh, yeah. It was an amazing moment. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure about the rest of the country. So it was very joyful, the screaming, the dancing. I just lifted it. I still feel happy from that moment.
Oh, yeah. The front page of the New York Times is iconic.
It was just wonderful. He was the fucking king of New York.
Right.
And we just beat it. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
I go to sleep that night, and it's very nice. The next day that's very nice. And then that night he goes on CNN Town Hall.
Okay.
And says every single thing he said that he just has to pay me $5 million for saying. And he made it funny. He made sexual assault a comedy routine.
Right.
And it was just, boy, talk about a slap in the face. I mean, and the next day, so we sued him again.
Yeah. Once you're in it, let's see it through to the end. You're like, okay, we're going to do this all the way. Should we go all the way with it? Great. Okay, let's do it.
Well, that would be a good campaign for somebody who's running for... Really? That would be... you're in it. We're all in it.
We're all in it. You have this great story where someone sends you a message, because then really, you were really flooded. You've been flooded with abuse, and that is... I've experienced that. I do experience that.
I know you do. I know you have.
I really appreciated the way that you write about it, because you are a person who bubbles. You have energy. You're a really super spirited person. I don't mean that to say happy all the time. I just mean your presence.
Right.
You're a force.
I'm sitting on a ball right now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it can really defeat you. Ooh. It can really wear you down.
Oh, yeah.
It's an erosion. It can erode you. Is that how it resonated with you? People said things to you.
It's amazing. There was a big to-do yesterday when some Republican congressman put on Twitter, I think it was on Twitter, I'm packing heat. And something about how dare you threaten me? And then I read what he called a threat. The guy just asked where he got his income from because his wife didn't work. That's literally what he said. And he called that a threat, and he's going to be packing, extra heat. Do they have no idea what it's like to be a woman who's being attacked?
Oh, it's incredible.
Would you be upset if they said, Jason Jones, what's his income? I don't understand. Would you take that as a threat?
Certainly not even. It's not in the same universe as the kinds of threats and the kinds of things that people feel very free to say to you.
Yeah.
And I wonder, and there is a moment that really spoke to me where you're like, you get a message that is anytime there's a spelling error in a threat against me or something terrible that someone said, that's just a little bit of joy.
Isn't that nice?
It's nice.
Yeah.
I know
what, fuck you, Eugene. Fuck you. Yuck you. Yuck you.
Yuck you.
I thank you. Let me be yucked. I love it. That's funny. Yuck me. Come and get me. Yuck me. I love it. I'm waiting. Yeah.
And I feel like a little tenderly toward it because I'm like, you wrote it with so much passion and there's so much hatred in your heart. And it's such a misfire. It's such an airball. It's such an airball.
Oh my God. But, reading them, because Robbie had to say, how does this make you feel? Because I had to tell the jury, you can't tell the jury how you feel because you think it's happening. The gun is going to go off on your mouth, or you're going to you can feel the anal rape going on. You just thought of it right then because I said it,
I did.
Right?
Of course I did. Of course.
You're a woman and you immediately thought of it. So it was very hard for me to react. So I had to learn to don't tell Robbie and the jury what's going on in my body.
Okay.
No. I can't see so well. It's causing my eyes. I can't breathe. It's hard for me now to catch my breath.
Right.
That I could describe, but I couldn't describe what it made me feel because I thought I was going to get shot or whatever it was. So that would shut me up. It's a bad problem for a witness. I mean, you went to did you notice what you did?
Oh, what did I do? No, I didn't even notice.
You were going to talk about the threats.
Right.
But what does Samantha B do? She goes right for the humor.
Right. I mean,
so that's your way into talking about a horrible thing.
Yes. It's the only way I know how.
Yeah.
Other than going so quiet and internal that it helps no one. And I do think that like there is something, it's so difficult. It is difficult to talk about threats, and people don't tend to talk about them because once you talk about them, they come with greater frequency. They actually get much worse.
Yeah. See?
So talking about it also creates the problem. It's a very cruel.
And then you have the president of the United States.
Yeah.
His word, he is God because he's been anointed by God because God saved him from the assassin's bullets twice.
And he has the ultimate bully pulpit to say whatever he likes about whomever he pleases in whatever characterization he likes to make. And if it goes too far, then it was just a joke and you're all boring because you don't get humor. And there are very real consequences. There are people who don't know the difference.
So when he says bad things about me or you, people believe it and think I'm causing or you're causing him harm and that we should be silenced.
Yes.
So that's the problem.
Yes.
But Robbie and Sean G. Crowley and Mike Ferrara, great attorneys, proved that we proved a cause and an effect with the threats.
Yes, you did. You did. And I bet that was very difficult to do. And I think
impossible.
But I really applaud you. And I really did appreciate reading about it. And I think that it behooves everyone to read about it. I actually think that the way that you laid out the transcripts was very important reading and a really important refresher about your case and the reality of it and how a trial like this takes place.
Yeah.
And what is said in a cross-examination.
Isn't that amazing?
Amazing. Really amazing. Really amazing.
Yeah.
And how you felt. And you speak about evidence that you were not permitted or did not even try to introduce in the trial because it wouldn't have passed a kind of a it wouldn't have passed the bar.
Yeah.
I mean, in a trial.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really interesting too.
Well, one of them was fascinating because it was about Epstein.
Yeah.
And it was Michael Wolff's book, Too Famous.
Mm-hmm.
And he had, of course, Michael Wolff now is everywhere, talking about all the hundreds of hours he's done with Epstein. Now they're very valuable tapes.
Yeah.
But he had a tape of Epstein on the phone telling about very soon after the event in Bergdorf, he runs into Trump, apparently on the street, and Trump, quote, regales him with the, quote, torrid details about the attack in Bergdorf.
Yeah.
So that's on tape. Robbie didn't even present that to Judge Lewis A. Kaplan, the straightest, most conservative judge.
Sure.
Oh, my God. Samantha B., it was like God on this Sistine Chapel. That's Judge Kaplan. I mean, terrifying. You would be shaking your shoes just looking at him.
I'm sure.
So anything, the words Epstein in this trial would have been prejudicial and never would have gotten in. So that was not in. That's an example of what we didn't have.
It's really, really interesting. That was, that's not something you often get to know about. The things that you could have said that you didn't say.
Well, another one was, Graydon Carter's great magazine, The Spy magazine.
Of course. That's how I was introduced to Donald Trump. Because I used to read Spy magazine growing up in Canada. as a teenager.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, that's how I first really just kind of got introduced to I already disliked him as a teenager. I didn't really know much about him. Yeah, I was like, ugh, he seems awful. And then Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous or something, like you're just growing up in Toronto, like you have no relationship to a figure like Donald Trump other than what you see on television or Entertainment Tonight or something like that. But I was kind of introduced to the concept of what a short-fingered vulgarian he is.
Well,
and I'm thankful for that.
Did it have an effect on your career as a comedian, on your writing, on your stand-up?
Spy Magazine?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, there were memorable types of stories in Spy Magazine that I couldn't get enough of. I just couldn't get enough of it,
Because there was no place else like. Were you affected by Lampoon or by Mad Magazine? Of course.
I religiously read Mad Magazine. I read all the comedy magazines. Yeah, it's incredible. I mean,
you came from Canada, and the great comedians are going. Lorne Michaels is Canadian.
Yeah. Well, you come from rural Indiana, where all the great advice columnists and New York City gadabouts come from.
That's it.
It might actually be true, though.
I think Spy had a big impact on comedy, and that people don't recognize it and talk about it.
I talked about it with Kurt recently, and he was like,
"Oh,
what?"
Did you?
And I was like, "You don't understand. Like, you made it." Everyday, it was like an everyday occurrence.
When she says Kurt, she means Kurt Anderson.
I do mean Kurt Anderson.
She's so inside.
I'm so inside. I'm a New York gadabout.
Sure.
But, it's like it's becomes a part of your DNA that you read and reread things. And we didn't have the internet, so you would read and reread periodicals. You would read and reread an Elle. For example.
Yeah. For example, they were lovely. The pages.
Yeah. And Ask E. Jean. You would pour over it.
Nell Scoville, she wrote a hilarious story about noontime romance in New York.
That's right.
Of the places New Yorkers sleep off to, have a little delight. Afternoon delight.
Afternoon delight.
And
my God, this song just went into my head. Yep.
So number 5 on her list is Bergdorf's dressing room.
Sure.
It was a sort of a well-known place.
Right. For a tryst.
New Yorkers. I'm sure you and Jason met there many times.
That's where we met originally. Most couples meet there.
But it was not unheard of. And Nell, of course, wrote about it.
Yeah.
And Trump was on the cover of that issue. It's interesting.
Okay, so Alina Habba, now her career is so complicated now. She's been appointed to be the U.S. Attorney in New Jersey, which has come with controversy. What do you think of that? What do you make of that? Jesus. They don't.
Oh, I'm not surprised. She's a politician. She's
right.
I hate to tell you, Samantha.
She was good, right?
She's super smart. Super. Never underestimate the effervescent Alina Habba Esquire.
Right.
She is wicked.
Right.
She will do anything that Donald Trump says. Mm-hmm. Now, if you just think about those words for 20 seconds, you realize what we're up against.
Right.
Anything. But she dresses like $1 zillion. She's stunning, and she's magnetic when you meet her.
Huh.
Watch out. She's going to be she is right now a politician. She's a politician, and she is going nowhere but up.
Okay.
Yep.
So she doesn't need to have like a perfect grasp of the law or those procedures. No. But she's a personality. She's a personality.
Not a perfect law.
Not perfect. Imperfect. A loose interpretation
killed
of the
law. Oh my God.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah. We got to send this clip to Alina Habba Esquire.
These people.
With love from Samantha B.
You used to offer a guided Me Too tour, a walking tour of New York City called the Hideous Men Tour. Is that true?
Somebody's done their research.
Is that true? Can we start it again? Can I take it with you?
You want to lead it?
Oh my God. Wouldn't that be so fun?
Oh.
We could do it for charity.
Oh, no, well, that's the point.
Oh, well, invite me. I'll go. I'll help. I'll bring
you
snacks.
Lead it.
I'll lead it.
And you know what? All it was is we went to the great buildings in New York, started out in front of the plaza where Woody Allen announced, he was leaving the human heart once. And then we just stopped in front of each building for all these horrendous, Roger Ailes in front of Bob.
Sure.
God, I can't remember. Who was, their names are gone.
There's so many.
Who was the Good Morning America? I mean, who was
Matt.
To Matt, Bill Cosby at NBC.
Oh,
no,
my
it's
goodness,
just
Bill
one.
Cosby.
It's a 6-block radius, and it's nothing but hideous, horrible men.
Good Lord.
Yeah. So that's what it was. And we would all pause. And as we say, some brought canned wine and other people brought snacks. And we talk about, just in front of St. Patrick's with
sure. Well, that's a humdinger right there. There's
Cardinal, what's his name?
We are ahead of our time. We need to re-energize that because that sounds very fun to me. That sounds very fun. Okay. All right. We'll do it. I don't feel like enough people talk about how you wrote for SNL.
Yeah. I was the worst writer there. I was the worst writer.
Well, whatever. Still.
Yeah. I was the worst writer. It's hard. I couldn't get anything on the air, but it was a gas, it was fascinating.
Yeah.
They didn't think anything I said was funny.
Well, I think a lot of what you say is funny. So I disagree with their position. And I got to tell you, oh my God, we've been talking for 1 hour and it felt
Get the hell out of here.
30 seconds to me. It felt like 30 seconds to me. Thank you so much. Thank you for your book.
I loved it.
I loved it too. Loved every second of it.
Me too.
You're the best. That was E. Jean Carroll, and I had no choice but to look up one thing. She was telling me about wearing a paper clip as a sign of resistance, and I was curious where that came from. Turns out it began as a Norwegian form of resistance in World War II. Thanks for joining us. I'm Samantha B., and we will see you next week for some more choice words. Thank you for listening to Choice Words, which was created by and is hosted by me. The show is produced by Tzvia Baron-Reinstein with editing and additional producing by Josh Richmond. We're distributed by Lemonada Media, and you can find me at RealSamB on X and Instagram. Follow Choice Words wherever you get your podcasts or listen ad-free on Amazon Music with your Prime membership.